Welcome to the Italian Wine Podcast. This episode is brought to you by Vinitaly International Academy, announcing the 24th of our Italian Wine Ambassador courses to be held in London, Austria, and Hong Kong from the 27th to the 29th of July. Are you up for the challenge of this demanding course? Do you want to be the next Italian Wine Ambassador? Learn more and apply now at vinitalyinternational.com.
Welcome to this special Italian Wine Podcast broadcast. This episode is a recording off Clubhouse, the popular drop-in audio chat. This Clubhouse session was taken from the Wine Business Club and Italian Wine Club. Listen in as wine lovers and experts alike engage in some great conversation on a range of topics in wine. If you enjoy listening, please consider donating through ItalianWinepodcast.com. Any amount helps cover equipment, production, and publication costs. And remember to subscribe and rate our show wherever you tune in. Welcome to Clubhouse. I am taking over Clubhouse today for Stevie Kim. She is off trekking somewhere in Trentino. Last I heard, she was going down some kind of a mine shaft to check out some wine. It all sounds very cool, but I'm sure we'll get the blow-by-blow when she gets back. So, right, Clubhouse, here we are. Today, we are actually, before we, Monika, how do I say your name? Zakrzewska?
Zakrzewska.
Okay, one more time. Zakrzewska.
Zakrzewska.
Okay, well.
For me, it's impossible to say.
It's very cool, though. Okay, so today we have Monika interviewing Sofia Ponzini,
Yes.
and I am going to give Monika a very quick introduction before I hand things over to her so that she can introduce and interview Sofia. But before I do, I just wanted to quickly mention one or two things. Obviously, that this episode is being recorded and it will be replayed on the Italian Wine Podcast in the next weeks. And the other thing is we do that just because it allows people who are not in this time zone to listen to it. So the other thing I wanted to mention, it's completely unrelated, but I wanted to mention it now, is we have an award opened for voting for listeners. For the Italian Wine Podcast. And the time that the listener nomination period will begin July the 1st to July the 31st. So I'm just sort of announcing it to put it on people's radar. Basically, we are going to announce it through social media. And of course, there will be a link on the ItalianWinepodcast.com where, I'm hoping that listeners of the Italian Wine Podcast will go and vote for the best podcast listening platform. So I really hope that by telling everybody and anyone every day for the next 10 or 11 days that enough people will go and quickly vote. But so that's coming up soon. So okay, I've done my bit. So Monika, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. You have a lot of experience here. I mean, I could just read it. I always want to say one or two things, but there's just so many things. You've been in sales, wine education, acquisitions. You still are distribution. Just so much stuff, and I could just read it all, but it would take forever. But you are an international via ambassador and
Yes.
certified sommelier with FISAR, Fondazione Italiana, Sommelier and Ristoratori, a WSET 3 holder. Just so much. You're also born in Poland, and
Yes.
After you graduated, you lived and worked in the U.S., in the Ukraine, Ireland, and Italy. So you speak a lot of languages, which is really cool here. I see Polish, Italian, English, and Russian. That's crazy. That's awesome.
I love to speak languages and learn.
Yeah,
languages.
no, that's
it's
cool.
amazing.
Well, Well, it certainly opens up the world a lot when you can communicate with different cultures. It's great. Okay, so and yeah, traveling, all this stuff, it brought you to wine. So I wanted to ask, how did you first meet or hear about Sofia Ponzini, and why is she your favorite producer?
So I met Sofia Ponzini from Tenute Bosco during Vinitaly a few years ago. I tried her wines. Obviously, I liked them, and then I had a pleasure to visit her vineyards, and it was amazing experience because Sofia is a lucky one who has a Prephyloxera vine. So all of that took me to this decision to choose her wines and to tell you, all of you, about her wines from Etna, because Etna is an amazing place. I'm crazy about Etna, so.
Fantastic. What are the as you know, Stevie loves the learning objectives when it comes to these conversations. What do you think we are going to take from this conversation or learn from it?
So I hope that those wine lovers who don't know Etna wines yet, I will try my small try to undiscover this hidden gem and promote this amazing territory of Etna, because I think that Etna wines have huge potential, and everybody supposed to know wines from Etna. So definitely kind of discover this hidden gem, educate people, and try Etna wines. They are incredible.
Cool. Okay. So before I hand you over, Sophia, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Hi, Sophia.
Hi.
So I'm going to mute myself in just a moment. And before I do that, I just wanted to say at the end, I'll come back. If we have some questions, then we'll do that. But until then, I'll talk to you guys after.
So let me introduce maybe Sofia Ponzini, the wine producer of Tenute Bosco. Sofia, help me if I will not mention something. I will try to be short because we have plenty of questions regarding your wines. So as far as I understood, Sofia, it's not an enologist.
Yes, of course.
You are graduated in languages?
Literature.
What?
Foreign literatures.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the winery was born in 2012. That's the date of your first red. Is it correct?
Yes, perfect.
So as Sofia was telling me, her story is very nice because as I understood, her love to wines grew with her because when she was a child, her uncle was making wine, and he was inviting her to participate in the in harvest. So that's the beginning of the story, Sofia. It was in this way.
Yes, this way.
So when it was your first harvest, how old was you?
When I was 6 years old, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then after many years, you decided to produce your own wine. So we are going to 2012.
Mm-hmm.
Tenute Bosco produces 4 wines.
Yes.
Etna Bianco, Etna Rosato, and 2 reds.
Yes.
And one, it's a cru. It's made from Prephyloxera vines.
Yes,
right?
Just from endemic grape varieties.
So maybe it's better if you tell us a bit about Tenute Bosco.
Okay.
What happened that you decide to make wine, your own wine?
Yes. The beginning of Tenute Bosco, as you told, was around 10 years ago. More specifically, my first bottle of wine was the Etna Red, my Piano dei Dani Etna Red, 2012. And the grape was from the main Piano dei Dani in Solicchiata, just on the northern side of Mount Etna, where my history in wine began. I'm not an enologist, as you told before, but I've decided to start for a sheer passion. When I was a kid, I had a relative that made wine just for the family, not to sell. And he called my mom every year and invite us for the harvest on the late October. So for me, make wine became like a ritual, a moment of joy and sharing that is in my life when I was 6, when I was a little girl. But there is another reason, more complex. I would like to give back something to my island, something to my city, Catania, that needs to be known all over the world for the beauty of this territory, for the history, for the culture, and of course for the unique wines that we have on Etna, that we make on Etna.
Okay, so I have another question from your past. So the harvest you were doing with your uncle, you were still on Etna or a different part of Sicily, where the vineyards were located? How it happened that
Yes.
you chose Etna? You're from Catania, so
Yes,
obviously.
yeah, I'm from Catania. Um, and the harvest was on Etna, because if you was born in Catania, you can go for the sea or through the mountain. And so yes, the vineyards of my uncle was on up on Mount Etna, not
Okay.
exactly in Solicchiata where I am now, but yes, on the northern side of Mount Etna.
And could you tell us a bit more about those, about the location of your vineyards?
Yes. Now.
As we know, that the Etna slopes, there are the vines is cultivated on different Etna slopes. So
Mhm.
what is the specific location of your vineyards? Could you tell us a bit more about the terroir, because it's so different zonation, so incredible terroir on Etna. It's very interesting, and then the expressions of terroir in the wine. Could you tell us a bit more about all of that?
Yes, of course. Just with the area of production, because the Etna dockside is like a backward sea. I'm on the north, and there are other parts in the south, east, and west part. The north side, where I am, is characterized by steep slopes, so many terraces that climb the side of the volcano, and slow and late ripening period, as I told, that make our work very, very challenging. But the really important things of our side, of the northern side, are the altitude,
What
because
is the elevation of your vineyards?
yeah, we are into different contradas. So we are around 650 meters above sea level in Piano dei Daini in Solicchiata, and more than 700 meters in Passo Pisciaro, Contrada, the main Santo Spirito. So is around 650 and 750. And this is really, really important for Etna wines, because Etna wines, yes, are Sicilian wines, but are mountain wines. So the altitude is one of the best characteristics of Etna. So
So I
altitude,
imagine also the climate, it's not really Mediterranean as everybody could think, okay, we are in Sicily full of sun. It's more like continental, or
yes, of
how would
course.
you?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, definitely. Because yes, the altitude, yeah, as I told you, but also is more continental, also for the exposition, because we
Okay.
have the sun, but also the mountain range of Nebrodi and Peloritani that with the volcano, with the Etna, create very good climate conditions and protect the area from the cold winds during the winter. But also we have another things really, really important. We have the Valley of Alcantara that is really
Okay.
important, not just like the mass of water, but for the depression of the ground that makes fair winds that blow into the valley and during the night are moving to the sea. So the climate it's really, really continental, not only Mediterranean, as you told. And also another very important thing is the soil, the ancient volcanic soil born from the different and intense eruption followed during the years, and very, very, very rich in minerals. And also another things are the delivery that every year we have of fresh minerals by the ash of the volcano.
This is a great terroir to make wine and to cultivate vines. I heard when I was visiting Etna, you were describing repeat do. Could you tell us a bit more about this repeat do?
Yes, it's like a Sicilian way to say yes, like little lava stone rocks, very little dry lava stone rocks that are very typical. For example, this year, we had like 51 little eruption that give us this little residue and little ash on the volcano, on the vineyard, directly on the vineyard, but it's not penalizing the grapes or the vineyard, because in general this create new nutrimento, new
Nutritions.
new nutritions for the vines. And another important things of my side, the northern side, is also the range of temperature between day and night that make more continental.
So I
Regarding to
presume
the
it's a huge difference between the temperatures during the day and during the night, right?
yes, perfect. That makes a slow and gradual grapes maturation and very balanced, complex, and elegant wine, as you know. But
Okay.
yes, we have also other part of the Etna side. Just for example, the south part is divided in other two: the east part, southeast, and southwest part.
Okay.
The southeast part have young soil formed by extinct volcanic cones, and is look the Ionian Sea. It's a bit cold and rainy, but there is a good production of white Etna wines because the red grapes don't reach the full maturation in that side. And there are, for example, the Bianco Superiore is a
Yes.
geographical mention, the mention that we gave for geography that we can find in Milo, the Bianco Superiore, and the
Like
Milo is in the
Pietramarina or
southeast.
Benanti,
Yes,
right?
yes, perfect. The southeast area.
Okay.
Another important part of the Etna Dock is also the southwest. That is ancient land, the land with an ancient soil, with a regular shape that slopes regularly down to the plain of Catania, the city of Catania, and is protected from the sea, but because it's looking to Catania, is a bit warm, but compensated with the altitude. This is the Etna Dock side.
So I will make a tricky question. So can we say that your northern slope where your vineyard is located are more vocated for red wines to help us to better understand all this richness of Etna's terroir?
Oh, the Etna northern side is the most ancient. I don't know if it's better with white or reds. I think it's the most oldest, but it's a good area. But all of the Etna side are very interesting and with different characteristics. I think this is a big value for the Etna in general.
Okay, so you said the oldest. So, do you have some information since when the vine was cultivated on Etna on your slope?
So very ancient times. Very ancient times, like in Greek times. For example, the alberello is
Which is okay. It's a bush training system used on Etna, right?
Yes.
Why do you use it?
But
could you tell us a bit more? Why this choice to use to prefer alberello bush trained?
It is the ancient system from Greek viticulture. Yeah, because the name alberello is a low bush wine. It came from the shape that the vine takes on during the growing.
Like a small tree, right? Because in fact in Italian alberello, it's we could translate it to small tree, right?
Yeah, it's a small tree with a short trunk with a variable number of branches. And the adoption of this ancient form came, in fact, from the Greek viticulture. So it's really ancient. And the standing bush method was born just to protect the vines from the shade and the humidity. So it's really ancient.
But you have very special part of vineyards and vines. You have Prephyloxera vines. I remember when I visited your vineyards, I was impressed. I felt like I would be in the museum on the open air, the museum of vines. Could you tell us how old are your vines, more or less? Do you know? Could you describe approximate age of your Prephyloxera vines? They are like a sculpture. It's amazing. I really invite you guys to visit Sofia's vineyards just to see those ancient vines, Prephyloxera vines. It's really impressive.
Yeah, it's incredible just for me every day to see. Well, on Mount Etna we have some Prephyloxera vines.
And it's because of the soil, right? Because it's very sandy, full of minerals. That's why the vines were saved from Prephyloxera pest. Is it correct?
Yeah. It's rich in minerals, but with sandy matrix, and therefore was resistant to the phylloxera root pest. The phylloxera arrived in the late 1800s from America, and unfortunately destroyed many vineyards in Europe. So on Mount Etna, we have so many Prephyloxera vines that we have till now. Yes, for the soil, for the altitude, for so many things that protect this terrible attack.
And you're the lucky one that you're making your red Vico from Prephyloxera vine. So
there are so like. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. So what did you make any analysis of your vines to understand how old they are? Do you have to take care of them in this special way?
Yes, we have tried to make some dendrochronological analysis to have the age, but we don't have a specific number. Have a specific number, but in the vineyard in Santo Spirito, that is a natural amphitheater with 27,000 alberelli, in part Prephyloxera, and there are some vines that you have seen, higher like me, that enter in the old dry lava stone wall and exit on the other side to make another plants. It's incredible places. So are centennial, but we don't know the exact number, but are very old. It's a special place. You can feel the energy of the volcano and the history of that place. It's incredible.
Okay. And as you are doing, as you are making your wines, and you have Vico, your crew, can we call it the crew, Vico, from Prephyloxera Wines? Could you tell us a bit more about this wine? Why did you decide to make it, and how many bottles do you produce?
Yeah,
It's, as far as I noticed, every year you receive great recognitions. Every year, Tre Bicchieri, congratulations.
thank you. Yes, the Bico is a very special selection. I produce around 3,000 or maximum 5,000 miles bottles, depends on the vintages. The first bottle was the 2013. The 2013 was rainy and humid vintage on Mount Etna, different from Italy, that was almost good. But the Bico is a selection from the higher and rocky part of the vineyard in Santo Spirito. And
Thank you for listening to Italian Wine Podcast. We know there are many of you listening out there, so we just want to interrupt for a small ask. Italian Wine Podcast is in the running for an award, the Best Podcast Listening Platform, through the Podcast Awards, the People's Choice. Listener nominations is from July 1st to the 31st, and we would really appreciate your vote. We are hoping our listeners will come through for us, so if you have a second and could do this small thing for us, just head to ItalianWinePodcast.com from July 1st to the 31st and click the link. We thank you, and back to the show.
So what grape varieties you use? Maybe not everybody knows how it's made.
Just
Etna
native grape
Rossa.
varieties is Nerello Mascalese and Nerello Cappuccio. 90% Nerello Mascalese and 10% Nerello Cappuccio. And
Okay.
is a selection that we make directly on the vines during the harvest. So it's really, really, really special. And Parker, for example, said that 2016 vintage was one of the top 100 world discoveries. And I'm very, very proud about it.
Great, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. But also I produce another red that is another trip of Mount Etna, because these reds, my reds, are really different. You can imagine that the distance is between the two contradas is around less than 10 minutes by car, one in Solicchiata and one in Passo Pisciaro, but these reds are very, very different. The vinification is similar. They are 90% Nerello Mascalese and 10 Cappuccio, but are really, 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 really different. The Nerello the Etna Red Piano dei Daini comes from the appunto Solicchiata, Contrada Piano dei Daini, and is everything you would like to find in a glass of Etna. It's fruity. You can smell the ash of the volcano. It's really, really elegant. But the Bico Crew, it's more complex, more intense, with balsamic note, a bit deeper, very, very different reds. I think that is a big characteristics of Etna, the difference between the contradas and the varieties.
Great, it sounds really interesting. And what about those two different contradas? Where are you located? Are they similar or completely different?
Yes, allora, contradas are a bit similar because, but for example, the Piano dei Daini, the contrada in Solicchiata, is lower in altitude, a bit lower, around 100 meters, is more airy and open in exposition. The Santo Spirito in Passo Pisciaro is higher 100 meters more, so 750 meters above sea level. is a bit closed, but the altitude is different, and also the soil, because of the main eruption that followed during the years. And also other things really, really important that makes the two reds so different is the age of the plants. In Santo Spirito, as I told, are centenary, and the Vico is also a selection that we do during the harvest directly on plants. So the old vines and this maniac selection give a special character and a different personality to the wine, but the Contrada are really, really similar. The Vico, the Contrada Santo Spirito, I think, is more with sandy matrix.
Comparing to another Etna Rosso.
To the comparing to the Piano di Vine. Yes.
Okay.
It's more balsamic. It's really different, but the general characteristics are the same of the two Contradas because are on the northern side of the volcano.
And what about your other wines? You're doing Etna Bianco and Rosato, which is one of my favorite rosés, by the way.
Yeah, I know. Yes, I produce the Etna Bianco. Is 90% Caricante, 10% Cataratto Grecanico Insolia, and also a little bit of Minella, just autochthon grape varieties. And I choose the grapes from both of my Contrada, but it's a very simple wine. It's just a passage in stained steel, no wood, nothing. It's a vertical wine, pleasantly persistent, but really, really balanced with the typical acidity and minerality of the Etna wines. With, of course, indigenous varieties. For me, it's really important to have varieties of our terroir, and to exalt also the biodiversity and Mount Etna. So the other wine is the rosé. The rosé is 100% Tembrello Mascarese in pureness, and comes from the Santo Spirito, but from the lower and vigorous part of the vineyard. When I decide to make rosé, I choose with agronomist studying to make rosé from the lower part of Santo Spirito for the richness of the vines. And also the rosé don't have passage in wood. I don't use barrique. I don't use tonneau, but just stained steel. It's really particular. Yeah, it's really, really particular, the color. It's really light because we have a fast maceration with the skins, around 3 hours. And separating it from the gross lees statically cold. And the vinification, yes, in stained steel, at least for 10 days. But the best things that I can do for the Etna wines is the bottle. My wines remains for the rosé, for example, for a minimum of 6 months in the bottle. You can imagine now we are selling the rosé 2019 that last year was awarded with the first Italian rosé by Autochthon Awards. But it's a really simple rosé, but has a wonderful character. It's not just like a rosé for a happy hour appetizer. It's a wine with a great character, with big acidity, like the Etna rosé has, and it's good for all dinner, for a gourmet dinner, for example. I love my rosé with tartare, beef tartare, or small the cheese of goat cheese, for example. I love the rosé of Mount Etna. Are very remarkable, and also with a big age potential. Very big age potential.
So, if somebody would like to buy your rosé, so what do you suggest for how many years your wine can be kept in the cellar and then drink after how many years?
I don't know. It's difficult to give you, for example, 10 years, 20 years. I don't know, because I've started around 10 years ago. But some days in 2015 white Etna organic Etna white wines, and it was great. So in general, we have a great potential, great age potential.
And
Also
what
for
about
the
the
white
Vico?
and the rosé.
Did you made a vertical tasting?
Yes, not recently, but now the release of the Vico Crew is 2016 and is a baby.
So tell us, how do you make it? Both, maybe kind of comparison between red Vico, and what is the style of the production of those Etna reds?
Yeah, the production of the two reds is very 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 similar. Um, the Piano dei Daini is 90% Nerolo Mascalese and 10 Cappuccio, and also the Vico 90% Mascalese and 10 Cappuccio. The difference are the contradas and but the style in vinification and it's is the similar, because the two reds had the passage in big French tonneau oak, but the first red for around 8 to 10 months, depends on the vintages. The Vico Crew, a little bit more, around 10 or 12 months in big French tonneau. But the difference is also the time that remains in the bottle, more for the Vico Crew, because now the release of the classical red is 2019, the Vico Crew 2016. So you can imagine. But the vinification, it's really simple, very similar,
Okay.
because the great difference is the bottle and also the vineyard. No other stuff, because we don't do so much in the winery, as you know.
Of course. So how many bottles do you produce of Vico, for example?
Okay, I'm a small
And how is the
producer.
distribution? How many
Yeah,
bottles in overall do you produce?
the max. I produce around 50,000 or 60,000 miles bottle in total. The Vico Crew, just a very limited selection, around 3,000 or 5,000 miles, depends on the vintages. For example, the 2013 that here in Sicily was rainy and humid, I produced 3,000 miles. The 2014 that in Sicily was almost perfect, a little bit cold, very different from the other part of Italy, as you know. I
Yeah,
produced 5,000 miles. Yes, the Etna is another world. The vintages are very different also from Italy. Mm, nothing
I
is the
heard
same.
I heard that you use expression that Etna is island in Ireland, right?
Yes, yes, because someone told me, Sicilian wine, you produce Sicilian wine, it's very good. Okay, Etna, Sicily, but is another world, very different, different. Also, not only with Sicily, but also in the Etna, we are different. So the biodiversity in our area, it's incredible and is a big value for all the producers in every
This is
side of Mount Etna. Yes.
this is great. And I noticed that you are producing your wines are certified organic. Could you motivate your choice?
Yeah. Yes. Yes. My wines are all organic certified, but from 2017 on the label. Because the 3 years before we were in conversion to have the certification. But sincerely, we are very lucky on Mount Etna, because, for example, fungal attacks are very, very limited, and consequently, the treatments in the vineyard were reduced to the minimum. In general, I think that today you cannot make wine without helping to preserve and protect responsibly the environment for us and also for the future generation. Today, make organic wine, I think, is a priority issue, priority matter to the environment. Is the base.
Yes. I think we have to be more cautious about our planet and about that what we are drinking and eating. So I totally agree with you. And I know that I heard that it's very difficult to obtain organic certification because the Italian bureaucracy is really tough, right? So
Yeah.
it's another challenge.
Yeah, it's another challenge. So many, time. 3 years in conversion, also very big check every year for have the certification to have the certification.
So it's not so easy.
Yeah,
Could
that
you
is
tell us?
good.
Could you tell us a bit about all those contradas on Etna? Because maybe not everybody knows, but I remember when I visited Etna, it was impressive that Etna is so complex, so rich. You have all those contradas. How many they are? 133
Yes,
curling
exactly.
around the volcano.
Yes,
And
exactly.
can we say that contradas, they are kind of MGAs? Like it would be menzione geografica aggiuntiva, like in Piedmont. Do you think it's a future for Etna? Would it be useful to
You are
get a
talking,
recognition
yeah,
to all those different parts of Etna?
mm,
Districts, contradas, and all those richness of terroir. What do you
mhm.
think about it? What is your opinion about this?
Yeah, well, this is a very difficult issue, I think, this time. But yes, I support the MGA. I think there is a future for Etna and also a great potential for Etna wines. But simply because the territory say so. We are not doing nothing. It's just the territory. It's not a preset zonation, but we have the contradas that we can call also the main or village that identifying the most dedicated area, like Barbaresco, for example, not like Barolo, because there we have La Mora, for example, other stuff. But Barolo is like no Passo Pisciaro, that is one of the 7 fraction of Castiglione di Sicilia. But the contradas are really, really important today. And I think all the producers are working this way. It's a great potential for the Etna.
Yeah. Hello.
Okay, I'm hearing you.
Sorry, I lost you.
Okay, I'm here.
So
Do you want?
you had
I can
your
say again if you want.
Could you tell us about your specific or about your contradas where your vineyards are located?
Okay, as I told you, we are on the northern side of Mount Etna. The contrada are in Castiglione di Sicilia, the municipality of Castiglione di Sicilia. In Passo Pisciaro, we have the Contrada Santo Spirito. The little town of Passo Pisciaro is more than 750 meters above sea level. And the other contradas is also inside Castiglione di Sicilia, but in the fraction of of Solicchiata in Piano dei Daini. The contrada, the names of the contrada is Piano dei Daini. That is lower in altitude, but is all inside the municipality of Castiglione di Sicilia. It's a little bit complicated, but not so so impossible.
But do you think it would be useful for Etna wine growers to kind of underline and emphasize their specific contradas and locations of the vineyards, or do you think it could be a bit? It's maybe a tricky question, so my apologies. Or maybe it could be a bit confusing for the wine consumers.
I know It's difficult, but simply. Sorry, but it's simply because it's the territory say so. And also, for example, inside my the vineyard in Santo Spirito, I know that in the same vineyard there are different and dedicated area to make wines. For example, I choose the a part to make the reds, another part to make rosé, because also inside a vineyard there are so many differences. Uh, because of so many different, so the contradas are really really important. You can imagine, no, with our reds. My reds in Piano di Daini is different from my reds in Santo Spirito. Are good, are wonderful, are Etna, but really different. Because the soil is different, the exposition is different. So the zonation is really important on Etna, really, really important. And the producers, we have to communicate in the correct way this richness.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's kind of a puzzle, Etna, different locations, but it's so amazing and really fantastic to try all those Etna wines and to feel it, this terroir in the glass.
Yeah.
But as your rosé, it's really interesting. It's really special. What do you think about the rosé wines? They are still kind of niche, but what about Etna rosés? Did you notice growing interest and requests from wine importers in rosé wines from Etna?
Yes, slowly, because the importers abroad, the first things they ask white and Etna red. They are they don't look for the Etna rosé when you start. But when they taste it, they are very very surprised. I think the rosé is a milestone on Mount Etna. We have beautiful rosé with different characteristics, with great potential of aging, light rosé with great acidity. I trust on rosé of Mount Etna. I think it's one of the best area for rosé in Italy. That
I think so.
we are going to discover now, slow, but now everyone in Italy knows Etna rosé.
Yeah, because it's so characteristic. It's so different and very intriguing comparing to different rosés from different parts of Italy. Personally, I like rosés, and I'm also happy that people start to drink more rosé. And in fact, in a few days, there will be a very interesting event, Drink Pink in Sicily, exactly about rosés wines. And do you participate also?
Yes.
With your rosé?
Yeah,
oh,
I participate
nice, fantastic.
with my rosé 2019. Crazy.
Okay.
But just to know the potential and communicate the potential, it's a good occasion for us. The rosé on Etna are really elegant, light, but with a great character. And I think the rosé wine are not just seasonal wine. I can say that seasonal.
Of course,
but, yeah.
Like a spring wine or summer wine only.
Yeah,
that's it.
Not at all. Not at all. Are really, really, really good and interesting. It's another world. It's another world to know, and yet rosé are very interesting. Very, very interesting. Because every producer, has a different style.
And this is once again amazing thing about Etna, because you have all this richness of different terroirs, and everything is expressed in the glass of wine. So at least for me, it's very exciting.
Yes, and we and you have to know and discover more. And the contradas, the different areas of the dock. We have so many things to do, and you have so many things to discover on our terroir.
I can't wait. I hope that Etna will grow every year and everybody will be able to, and we'll have a chance to try Etna wines. There are so many lovely wines to try. But I didn't ask you, and you have very original, very intriguing label. Could you tell us a bit about your label, because it's a kind of volcanic cone,
Yes.
and
And
lips.
yes, I could
I
use just
presume that it's a women lips. Could you describe your label and the idea
yes.
behind this?
Yes, of course. The label is the same for all my four wines, but different color. It's really simple. It's the volcano in black, and the flame of the volcano are the lips of the taste of Mount Etna. I choose the lips because Etna for us, for Sicilian, is a woman, is like a mother. Also because I'm the producer, I work with my sister, and there are so many local women that take care about the vines like kids. We have just ladies that take care about the vines during the year, just local people. These are tradition on Mount Etna. So for the white, for example, the lips are in yellow. For the rosé in pink, the reds, the first red, so red, and for the Vico crew are blue. Because the Vico is more intense, it's another things more different, more deeper, and so I choose
Of
the blue.
course.
Yeah,
Okay.
but feminine way, it's really strong on Mount Etna.
But by the way, we are talking about women, but could you say something about another person? As far as I understood, behind the labels, uh, you have your sister who is helping you. You are two women, so power women, harvest made by women. This is great.
Yes. But on Etna, there are so many producers, women producers. There is a good moment for women in the wine industry, and also in Sicily too. We have local women that produce wine, but also some good producer from abroad that choose the Etna territory to make wines. It's really interesting also this point of view and the style of in the wine of the women.
And in fact, the wine industry still are dominated by men. Do you think it's still difficult to make wine being a woman, or is it still lots of discrimination in Italian wine world, or it's if you want to produce wine to make wine, there is no gender. What do you think about it?
I'm confident that will be a turnaround in the near future as well. But the most important things today, I think that gender doesn't make a difference to make a good wine. So on the Etna, at the moment, there are many women, but I would like that when we talk about wine, we don't talk about gender, but good wine.
Of course. Yeah, I totally agree with that. And I have a last question, because now everybody start to talk about the influence on vineyards around the world of the global warming. Does the global warming affect in some way Etna vineyards? And what effects, in your opinion, the global warming could have on the wine production on Etna slopes?
Okay, I can talk about my side. The global warming effects are very strong and important in the wine production, but at the moment, on my side, that is the colder area of the Etna, is more evident the violence of the natural events. For example, unexpected hail or dramatic rainstorms that can have disastrous effects on the vineyards, as you know. But until today, we have warm and torrid vintages, or cold, like the same. For example, 2017 was really warm and torrid. 2018 was rainy. But fortunately, for example, in the rain, with rain, the volcanic soil is very, very drained, and we can manage this problem. But the difference is in the violence of natural events. This, yes, definitely.
So this is another positive side of making wines on Etna.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So thank you for the chat and for all those information about amazing Etna. I finished with my questions. I hope that I didn't annoy you guys.
No.
Thank you, Sofia, to have a chat and time to speak about your wines.
Sorry for my terrible English.
No worries, my English is not also ideal, but I hope, guys, you understood us.
Yeah, I hope to.
So that's
Thank
it.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you
Hi,
for this possibility.
everybody. That was a wonderful chat. You again, yeah, I feel like you didn't get through all your questions because you had so much to ask. But I would love to open the floor for questions, but we are just out of time. So as I always say, if there are any questions, then please feel free to email me at info@italianwinepodcast.com, and I will forward any and all questions. Okay? Yeah, I think that will work, and then I can just do it that way. I appreciate it very much, both of you. And Laika, is there anything you wanted to add before I sign off for the evening?
Yeah. Hi. So so we're gonna have another Clubhouse. It's gonna be on Thursday. So Hugh Priest is coming back for another interview. For this Thursday, he's going to be interviewing Beniamino D'Agostino. So watch that out. So that's it. Thank you so much, everyone. Thanks.
Thank you, Monika. Thank you, Sofia.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Have a good evening.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Italian Wine Podcast, brought to you by Vinitaly Academy, home of the gold standard of Italian wine education. Do you want to be the next ambassador? Apply online at vinitalyinternational.com for courses in London, Austria, and Hong Kong, the 27th to the 29th of July. Remember to subscribe and like Italian Wine Podcast, and catch us on SoundCloud, Spotify, and wherever you get your pods. You can also find our entire back catalog of episodes at italianwinepodcast.com.
Hi guys, I'm Joy Livingston and I am the producer of the Italian Wine Podcast. Thank you for listening. We are the only wine podcast that has been doing a daily show since the pandemic began. This is a labor of love and we are committed to bringing you free content every day. Of course, this takes time and effort, not to mention the cost of equipment, production, and editing. We would be grateful for your donations, suggestions, requests, and ideas. For more information on how to get in touch, go to italianwinepodcast.com.